Welcome, everyone, to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Texas Longhorns, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The returner will field it and bring it back. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So the UCF Knights offense takes the field for the first time today. They sure hope that dynamic connection that was play last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but I've got to take his main threat away. Obviously a superstar out wide. Like, I've got to make somebody else beat me. Obviously a great QB wide receiver duo. I'm just not letting that wide receiver get me today.
Oh, he's got a chance. Breaks into the open. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, it's so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Here comes the heat. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Well, that's going to make it a little tougher. It's 1st and 20. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. That's reeled in. It's Figueroa. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Motion from the wide receiver. They go to the ground. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Knights have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Figueroa. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Knights will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. So Texas offense will go to work for the first time today. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backward...
Oh, he's got some space. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The offense set for a first down play. Back to pass, it's Cuevas. The short hands, it's Tompkins. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your...
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. And he's brought down after a nice game. And the Longhorns are on the move.
Nice complementary football we're seeing from this team here early. Defense did their job in the opening drive, and now your offense is doing their job too. Really nice throw that time by the quarterback. You've got to love what you're seeing on both sides of the ball if you're this team's head coach.
That last completion sets him up on second down. Gonna look downfield again. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got his man. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Off the play fake. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Finds his man. It's Figueroa. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all of the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
The pass falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of this quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna swing it on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Figueroa. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. They'll try the right side.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. It's on target and complete. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Got it done in the passing game on the last play, and let's see what they do on first down. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Got it! They will score! Touchdown, UCF! Looking for the time with the extra point.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got him downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 at the 19. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up. Off play action. Bringing the heat. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
The Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Cuevas. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
The bounce house is rolling here on third down, trying to help UCF. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And he'll need a little distance and to bend it just right. A 41-yarder from the left hash. And that one took everything he had to sneak it over the crossbar inside the left upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And some room to work. He's on the loose. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Boy, nothing electrifies a stadium quite like a return for a touchdown.
It's always so exciting because you don't see them very often. You got to go so many yards, 80, 90 yards at a time. What a great job by the returners, showing the speed, providing the electricity. There's a reason they're all jacked up. It's because of that awesome kickoff return.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Minnesota is currently trailing in this one, but I've seen crazier things in Minneapolis. Trust me when I tell you that. On this field and off it, this game is not over. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Ohio State. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Cuevas. He'll heave it deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. 3rd down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
He's going to get loose. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Knights. A dynamic, explosive return. The sliver of daylight exploding through it, just vaporizing and reappearing on the other side and housing it.
And punt returners are so quick. You can play touch football in an elevator with them and lose. You can't even get your hand on those. So quick, so elusive. That's such a great job making people miss, but still going full speed up the field to get all the way to the end zone and score a TD.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Simon. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Caught over the middle. It's Bacon. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. Hookem is hooking up with some big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, finding their guys down the field. You think about offenses that Texas usually have, some form of spread, and then find those elite guys on the outside that can win those matchups for you and make those big plays.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. The give on the inside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Really nice job by the defense that time, getting a stop. They've been really good so far in this one, shutting this guy down, not letting him break out. You've got the lead. It's tight, though. And you know the opponent is going to keep trying to run it. So can you keep this up here in the 2nd half on defense? That's the question.
And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. And the Longhorns will send out the punt unit. The last time they punted, it went back for 6. Hauls it in at the 25. Makes a move. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. He wants to change this route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Trying to get the corner. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That defender reacted immediately when he saw the play and just set his hair on fire toward the ball carrier.
And you got to see those plays. Those plays are very fast. It happens quick. There's no fake to a toss. He's pacing on the outside, trying to get to the wide side of the field. Great job by the defense. You got to set those edges by the defensive end, and everybody fly to the football.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds the tight end. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He makes a little bit of headway and is pushed out of bounds at the 43.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. The Knights headed quickly to the line. Off play action on 1st down. He's looking deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
Got out of trouble and throws. Got a man. It's West. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
The Knights will have it 1st and 10. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Might be calling a hot route. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's got it, and he will score! Touchdown, UCF! They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
He'll bring it back looking for help. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, 1 half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys just down the road from our EA Sports studios at the Bounce House.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Knights will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Back to pass. It's Cuevas. Makes the grab. Out to the 35-yard line and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
He'll pull it on the read. Shakes off the defender. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. They ran it on first down, now on second. Gets the back moving. Second down, he'll throw it. Caught in the backfield, it's Simon. Defense trying to take it back. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
Defensive coordinators always preach swatting and batting at the football, and trying to punch it out, trying to dislodge the ball from the ball carrier, and boy, they did it right there.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got his man on the right. Finds a crease at the 20. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped.
And we're going to call his name a lot today because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week because he's a staple in this offense. Puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to go up top. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! And the pummeling has started.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. On the last play, they got the explosive to get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last two plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
He'll bring it out. It's Simon. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So now the Longhorns take over, and they'll send out the offense. And after that last turnover, David, prime example, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
And it just puts you behind the 8 ball. I mean, this offense has to do something. Put it together. You got a deficit, Palmer. You need some mojo. Something needs to go your way.
At this point of the game, they've got to score touchdowns every time they have possession.
Trying play action. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden, half the...
He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Longhorns will punt it away on fourth down. Let's see what he can do with it. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you...
No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
All the way out across the 45-yard line, marking out of bounds at the 46.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to get...
It's a seam wide open. Touchdown, UCF. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. Nope. Oh, they blocked the extra point. Now he can return this. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. To throw, it's Cuevas. Fires to the right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Looking to throw on first down. Takes a shot. Complete to the left. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Makes the catch. Boy, that was a precision play all the way around. Throw, catch, tackle, bang, bang, bang. The Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Wants to fire on second down. At the 20, he's got space.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. They'll test the right side. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! That ought to be enough to make this lead insurmountable, and with it, they'll be a perfect 10-0.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Texas offense. They'll run this play from the pistol. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Wells. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
Looking to throw, it's Cuevas. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. The Longhorns will punt this one away. He'll try to really get into this one. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Makes it past the marker. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
From the 33, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run, a pickup of 6. The Knights come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Turning it on! Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. What can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation, and they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Catch in the middle, it's Tompkins. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Bacon.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Gonna run it. It's Simon. It's runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. And as he throws, just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds. And here comes the punt team. Smacks it with the stiff arm. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Making side adjustments here. They'll run the toss. Plows through the defense. And that is how we will wrap this one up. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation